We are live now. All right. Welcome, everybody. Again, James Harsh, EEA Membership Growth Specialist. Welcome back. Now we're on our track session, and I have the honor to bring my good friend. I feel like I've known him for many, many years, Mr. John Greaves of Equideum Health. As I mentioned, he's got a tie on today, so let's everybody perk up and give Mr. Greaves our attention. John, it's all yours. Good to see you again, my friend.
Thank you, James, and a very good day to you. I would welcome everybody and will. I need to get rid of my visage, complete with tie, and change to my material by hopefully going to share screen, which is not allowing me, which I believe will technically fix any moment now. Super. I will start by saying hello and welcome to a brief overview of Equideum Health and our Ethereum road. My name is John Greaves. I'm the Vice President of Global Standards for Equideum Health. And in the next 15 minutes, I hope to be able to give you a snapshot of our success to date. Please visit our virtual booth, which is attached to this event, hosted by our Business Development Department's Emily Conkle. Also, please note our website contains a number of downloadable items and a great deal more information, including the means to contact us, which I'm hoping that by the end of this short presentation, you will be intrigued to do so. This is an extract of our metadata that was compiled strictly for today to allow for the short time frame that we have to explain our story. Our founder and CEO, Heather Flannery, talks almost daily around the world, and her vision is what brought us here today and why we're here today. And next slide, if you would, please. It is important to understand a little bit of our history, using up some time. The keys to our basis is basically health equity and data liquidity, and the fact that we are an Ethereum house. We have been Ethereum house since Heather Flannery determined that Ethereum was the way forward and created Equideum Health. We were formerly called Consensus Health because we came out of the awesome Consensus itself, the leading Ethereum blockchain company. The company was incubated and then spun out on March the 2nd, 2020, with backing from equity in Global Blockchain Ventures. We were rebranded in January of this year, and we are in fact a very successful company already, despite our short lifespan. Why? Well, I hope in the next few minutes you'll understand why. I'll take the next slide, please. These, if you like, this is our target. We are Ethereum. We have crafted the Equideum exchange, an element of our deliverable. Our vehicle of pride and principle is DILNs, which we will talk about shortly. And Vici, our, shall we say, golden cup at this moment in time, and more to follow. Next slide, please. There is a lot more data on our website. Ed Hammond, who is from Duke University Medical Center, said in December of last year, "We have a 50-year-old system operating our healthcare system today. This can no longer be tolerated." We at Equideum Health totally agree with that. And our CEO, Heather Flannery, has pounded that for some years. That, in fact, if you look at what healthcare runs on, most enterprises other than healthcare would not be able to operate today. It simply wouldn't work. And that's why a lot of healthcare simply doesn't work. It's too generic, it lacks specificity. We've started the process, but one of the things we've started to do straight away, and it's being agreed to, is we have to eliminate, not just make bigger silos. Healthcare as a whole has lived on bigger and bigger silos on the grounds that big is good, big will resolve, big will help. But in fact, it's now quite clear it doesn't and it didn't. So therefore, we're not talking about making bigger silos. We're creating a public-private hybrid blockchain future based on our DILNs and Vici, our first DILN. Some of this is going to be clearer today. Most of it, you will need additional data. We'll welcome your approach at any time. We are not, therefore, going to do anything other than speak about a future in healthcare that we have a vision and we are already delivering. Next slide, please. Of course, we don't stand alone on blockchain or Ethereum or Equideum Health. The fastest growing sector that accompanies us on our journey is AI. AI is going to be fundamental to healthcare, but it comes with some challenges that we're also invested in helping to resolve. We sit in the standards communities on ethics in AI, integrity, and indeed the engineering of AI itself. How will it come about? Where will it come from? It's already here, of course. There are many examples. I will admit to you categorically, I was not aware of the power of AI or the depth of it until I've been exposed to it heavily here in the Equideum Health portfolio. It's certainly true to say that one of the challenges is, if you look at our comments here, that basically 94% agree that they have a duty to ensure responsible AI, and 96% say that AI will play an important role in their organization efforts to reach their equity goals. And there's a key word, you see, all of us, and in fact, Equideum Health has been committed to it since day one. All of us have had to take on board new vocabulary, new language, as society, and in fact, ourselves, people, have improved upon our situations and more clearly understood roles and responsibilities as citizens. Our next slide, please. Data is the new economy. Anyone who is on these presentations in this Ethereum function today, in this Ethereum showcase, will know that data is the new economy. There's vast amounts of data, so how does it become an economy? As Debbie Bucci, our Chief Data Officer at Equideum Health, mentioned just recently, 72% of our effort is data. Some years ago, you might have actually looked at it and been concerned with the size of your server, or the number of racks you might need, or the processing power. No, actually today we're concerned with data, and that is the recovery of it, the processing of it, and the delivery of it. So with that effort in mind, the next slide, please. These are our leaders, not all of them. Our rate of growth is such that this is unfortunately, I think, several months old, and therefore lacks a number of key figures who have recently joined us. We recruit continuously, but Heather Flannery, our CEO and founder, has made it clear we recruit the best, the most experienced, the best contributors to our structure and to our world. We're very proud of people like Dr. Pierre Vigilance, whose essence is precision population health. He's the father of the document that addresses precision population health. And it is tools like Equideum Health that is allowing precision population health to be delivered now, to be actually practiced in its granularity. It is astonishing to read Dr. Vigilance's work, how few people actually benefit from healthcare and how many people are given healthcare, but it's inappropriate, unsuitable, or far too generic. We've recognized this, and part and parcel of our group are all of these wonderfully specialized people who are delivering on a daily basis transformational healthcare using Ethereum and Equideum Health. Next slide, please. Our objective is simply this: a radically re-architected health data economy. We are a very long way along this road. Why? Demand. Life sciences, public health, so many. Our doorbell every day rings. Our inquiry level is phenomenal. Have you got some data that would help here, help there? It's all about, of course, trying to accelerate healthcare, trying to be more precise in its deliverable, and of course, affordability. Can we actually deliver better healthcare at a better price? Not just the price of money, but the price of process and time and consumption of human resource. Next slide, please. This is Dr. Melvin Greer from Intel Corporation. Dr. Greer is a mentor of our founder and CEO, Heather Flannery, and also an esteemed figure. He was talking recently about the future of artificial intelligence in government. And his key words are here, because data is not oil and data is not fuel. Data is people, and people are incredibly important. So we at Equideum Health recognize first and foremost patients. We can only recognize patients as they're the foundational material, and Dr. Greer will tell you so and has done so. Our next slide, please. Web3. It is incredible to note that when you look at the title of today's showcase, that it suddenly morphed into basically Ethereum and Web3. Yes, of course, because Web3, we certainly in Equideum Health recognize that Web3 is the vehicle that our empowerment will run on, that our platforms are really designed and developed towards a Web3 model. The use of Web3 is critical and important to all of us. In so doing, next slide, please. We have created items like the Quiddity Identity Suite, which is our groundbreaking Microsoft-centric bridge. We are very proud to have Microsoft as a partner, and we have been recognized by Microsoft as a powerful engine of transformation in healthcare. And we run in the Azure Active Directory on the Azure AD B2C, which is an important part of Microsoft's structure, as well as our own, in addressing the shortcomings of current day healthcare. It's wonderful to be able to work with Microsoft and so many more fine partners that we've been able to bring together, or who have come to join us without any arm twisting, because they like what we're doing and how we're doing it. Next slide, please. This is our enterprise offering key feature. This is Bob. I have a little sense of humor, but not today, perhaps. It is a DILN, pronounced as I said, Bob Dylan. The DILN network has been created by Ethereum and yet by Equideum Health and our developers. It is, as you can see, a comprehensive model that allows for us to secure a network that previously would not have been possible. A data integrity and learning network. Learning? Yes. The integrity of the data allows us to learn more from it. It's a more productive data, and as such has brought us to a wonderful place called DILN. Next slide, please. Vici. Vici is our first DILN. It has selected the United States veterans and their families as the first users of the Quiddity direct-to-consumer offering. It is currently being rolled out. We have powerful partners, and it is in fact targeted at veterans. Our Dr. Sean Mannion from the Equideum Health team led the effort to recognize that veterans, and I cannot know how many of you are aware of veteran health issues. They are many, but they actually represent, next slide, please. They represent, funnily enough, one of the precision populations. They have their own challenges in health and their need for health care. They are a granularity of precision population. And these excellent people, these fine persons, need so much support, so much more, as war and other issues bring about terrible problems. As I said, Dr. Mannion and now our Vici leader, Colonel Wood, will be more than happy to talk to you at length about veteran health and how we at Equideum Health are dealing with it and supporting it, enhancing it, and making it more intelligent and more precise. Next slide, please. In closing, perhaps towards bringing to your attention, we are specifically in partnerships. Those partners have very kindly joined us. In Vici, we have specific partners, the Dixon Center, we have Warrior-Centric Health and Linux, and of course, the Public Health Foundation. And as such, Microsoft, Intel, Consensus itself, Nokia and Nokia Bell Labs are all with us on this journey. Next slide, please. It's bigger than health. Think about it this way. Everybody thinks fintech and the finance industry was what it was all about. Actually, no. This will impact more people. How? Not all people have a bank account, a credit card, or own cryptocurrency. All people have health. Therefore, we serve all of the people all of the time. Next slide. It is all about data. I said that at the beginning. How appropriate I should remind you at the end. We recognize, and so do our partners and clients, fundamental change. Next slide, please. In the Web3 world, which I will not labor on at this point as I reach the end of time for today, but I'm sure I've intrigued you enough that you will seek much more understanding of what we're doing and how we're doing it and where we're doing it. We'd be delighted to hear from you. Next and final slide, please. This is our motto. Where others see barriers to adoption, we lead this industry, and we do. And now the final slide, which gives you the information you really sought, which is, of course, we thank you for your interest today. These are the people to reach out to, and you can always reach any of us by simply doing john.greaves@equideum.com, and that'll reach the universe of Equideum Health. Thank you very much. Back to you, James. You all have a nice day.
Thank you, John. Great information. And yeah, sorry about the technical snafus in the beginning, but we got through it. And absolutely reach out to John and the other individuals that he mentioned. And absolutely, we need to revolutionize our healthcare system. So thanks for all the work that you do in that industry and all your support for the EEA. Really appreciate it. Thanks, John.